The void is so vast and powerful that merely mentioning it already weighs heavily on a person. You probably didn't pay much attention to the words that came before this. Why? Most likely, because your mind wasn't ready for this information. What determines its readiness? What defines your desire to listen to someone and learn something? My task is to explain complex things in simple terms so you can quickly benefit from watching and solve your problems. In our world, there are many ways to look at things. Therefore, we often reduce the number of variables we need to consider. We create closed systems to explain certain phenomena. In these closed systems, some variables exist, while others do not. Imagine this as a box around you. Everything that affects you is inside this box, and everything that doesn't affect you is outside of it. It's like a barrier between two worlds. This is how we create our worldview. Sometimes we expand the system too much, and it becomes difficult to understand anything, and sometimes we narrow it too much and cannot see the true essence of things. Perhaps somewhere between these two states lies your closed system. All of this might seem complicated, I know. That's why I've made this video, to help you open up and find your closed system, the system that will lead you to the desired results. The video is about how to start learning things you've never even considered before. I offer you solutions to your problems with learning and accepting new knowledge. So listen carefully. And most importantly, be aware. Knowledge is the key to overcoming many life challenges. Throughout our lives, we observe others and learn from them. We remember certain patterns of how to act in different situations. This is how prejudices towards many things arise. We often don't think critically or sort the information that comes to us. In fact, most people have misunderstood the process of thinking. So let's start with that. What is thinking? Simply put, it is the process in which you process received information using logic and the knowledge you already have, and ultimately, you arrive at certain conclusions. This may still sound a bit complicated for some. Many people, when it comes to the process of thinking, search their minds for something that best fits the situation. They have a certain set of thoughts, and they say what comes to mind first, and somewhat matches a particular criterion. For example, you heard in a conversation that a particular graphics card is very bad because it has less video memory than another model. When someone asks you about it, you automatically relay that person's words and say that the graphics card is bad. This happens most often when you have never questioned that information. That is, you didn't even start processing the information, you just accepted it. In reality, very few people can filter the information that comes to them, because in most cases, we are inclined to accept information from others without filters, especially from influential or close people. Nature made us this way. We trust others so as not to overload ourselves. Trust is good, but it also has its limits. So the first step in accepting new knowledge is to stop perceiving anything as right or wrong. Everyone has their own truth. Everyone has their own worldview. You cannot know what is right and what is wrong. This is also quite an interesting topic, and we will discuss it in more detail later. Accept this information as neutral and think about it. Why is it so? For what purpose? Find the reason why someone decided to provide you with this information. Find what this information is based on, and only then will you be able to properly manage this knowledge. How do you find what this information is based on? It's like a house. It has walls, windows, a roof, certain colors, and so on. This is how you see it. Usually, this is how most people present information to you. They show you the house, but the foundation on which this information is built is the framework, the foundation of the house. If the framework is poor, the house will eventually collapse. This is quite obvious. Why didn't it collapse during construction, you might ask? Because there were those who supported this idea, who became the pillars for the walls of this house, those who also believed in this information. This is how information gains power, even if it is bad, incorrect for you, if I may say so. and it becomes increasingly difficult to reach the foundation of this house. So seek the foundation of the information if it's important for you to know whether it aligns with your worldview, whether it corresponds to your truth. As I mentioned earlier, we will discuss this topic of truth and lies more in the future. It is vast and complex. You can think about it yourself. If not, wait for the next video. But even with this knowledge, you will be able to expand your worldview and see things in a way you've never seen before. This is just the beginning of your journey, the first step toward your dream. I look forward to open discussions in the comments and on my Telegram channel. Share your thoughts with others, help each other, learn and grow. Together we can change the perception of learning, worldview, and eventually your life will change in the direction you choose. I'll be waiting for you in the next video.